All right, here with Nathan Aspinall at the US Darts Masters. Good to see you once again, sir. How's it going?
Yeah, it's all good, thank you. Really glad to be back in New York. It's amazing tournament, amazing week of the year. All the players love coming out here, so yeah, really looking forward to it. Bit of media, and then back to Madison Square Garden singing Mr. Brightside. Can't wait.
Yeah, when you're over here, it can be a kind of a mixture. It can be work, but also be a little bit of vacation. Do you find time to get out and do a couple sightseeing things while you're here?
Yeah, generally speaking, I do. However, this year it's a bit different. My partner's not come with me, so I'm on my own. So my manager's brought his missus, Luke's got his family, Littler. My little sidekick Dobie's not here, so I'm pretty much on my own this week. So I won't be doing as much as I generally normally do. Probably go and treat the kids in Macy's and spend all my money in Macy's, and then I'll probably just use these couple of days just to chill out and probably be focused on the darts tournament more than I normally am, to be fair.
No, that's good. I mean, every once in a while you got to do that and kind of stick with the business side of things and get to it. I'm glad you mentioned Macy's. That's kind of a good little outlet. You get to experience the old escalator as well.
Yeah, definitely. No, to be fair, we do it every year when I come. I try and get. There's a part of it which is dead cheap, you know, like they have all these sales and that, and I generally stock my kids up for the next 12 months when I come over to New York, so I know I buy another suitcase and I take it back full of clothes from Macy's, so I'll be doing that again this year. But yeah, like I say, it's more, I feel like I made more business than pleasure this year, which, like you said then, is not a bad thing.
Yeah. Now, just a random question, is the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade a big thing in the UK? Have you ever heard of that?
Never heard of that.
I figured you had it, because Thanksgiving is nothing. No. If you would know because the streets would be packed. But yeah, I just figured I'd ask because that's a big Thanksgiving thing. Is they go right in front of Macy's and have a good time.
No.
So
yeah, Thanksgiving, but not the Macy's. Yeah.
Well, moving forward to the darts here. Of course, you're a reigning champion. You were well, not last year, but in 2019, I believe you had the Las Vegas Open win there. What can you have to do to win the title here this year again?
Just do what I've been doing this year. You know, I've had a really good year. I've had a solid Premier League campaign, doing really well on the European Tour. Just going up there and, you know, staying focused and just doing what I've been doing all year, really, and playing well and winning.
Well, you in the past you've suffered some injuries and whatnot. How is that going for you? Everything feeling good? You feeling like you're on top of things now?
Yeah, I've got no injuries. You know, I had an issue in my shoulder a few months back, but that's all sorted. But now there's nothing. The dartitis is pretty much gone now. Still a few bits and bobs, but I feel really good. You know, I think you've seen on the board, I've been playing well. I've been, you know, having quite a bit of downtime as well. I think that's important to spend time at home. But yeah, it's all good, and I'm in a good place.
Now, over here in the States, we did have a massive thing that happened in the last month. Peacock actually is joined on. They're going to start showing coverage of this weekend as well. That could potentially mean some big things for darts here in North America, just how massive that platform is. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, obviously, we got told about that, and, you know, we've been coming out to America now for, well, what, 6-7 years, and I just don't think we've found that American dart player yet. There's a lot of half-decent players, but there's nothing that stands out. You know, I think the best player at the moment, I know he's not American, but Matt Campbell, you know, from Canada, he's playing really well. Obviously, we've had Jeff in the past. Stowe Bunce was looking promising, but not really heard much from him this year. So yeah, with it going on to Peacock, it might show the younger generation that, you know, darts is big. You know, obviously it's big in England and Germany and Europe, but not quite got that big yet in America. With it going on such a massive TV program like Peacock, get a different audience, and a few kids might start watching. Oh, that looks really good, and get a few more young lads into it. So yeah, I think it's an amazing step forward for American darts and darts in general.
Yeah, you never know. I mean, they're connected to NBC. What if the World Finals is on national broadcast? That's big time stuff.
Yeah, that is huge. That's like Super Bowl stuff and all. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, yeah, so that would be amazing. I think that's probably the next step. You know what I mean? Let's hopefully, you know, the lads that have come out this week, you know, we're used to playing on the big stage in the front of the big canvas. We know how to produce, and we will produce this week, and you know, it might attract new viewers this week that have never actually watched darts before, and, you know, it's our job as professionals to let them get the bug, and if they get the bug and the viewing figures are great, who knows where it can go.
Good stuff. Well, yeah. Nathan, appreciate you speaking to us while here in New York. Good luck to you this week, and enjoy your time while you can.
I will do. Thank you very much, mate. Cheers, pal.